If you're a parent, you know the feeling, right? You worry about the bad grades, you get into those homework battles, you see the constant distractions. But what if? What if we're focused on the wrong thing entirely? Today, we're going to talk about a big shift, moving away from just fixing symptoms and starting to understand the system. And that system is your child. This really gets to the heart of it. We pour so much energy into treating the symptoms, don't we? The missed assignments, the zoning out in class, but we're completely ignoring the system. And that system is our child. What if the real issue isn't the behavior we can see, but something happening way, way deeper? Sound familiar? You just want him to do his homework on his own. You want him to finally take some responsibility, but every single night it feels like this constant, draining battle. Or, hey, maybe this is your reality. You just want him to pay attention, to stop getting sidetracked by every little thing. You try to create the perfect quiet space, you take away the phone, but his mind, it just seems like it's a million miles away. Or this one. You want him to actually remember what he just read, to get the concept, but you find yourself explaining the exact same thing over and over and over again. And with each attempt, you can feel that frustration building, because you're just not seeing any results. You're trying to fix the symptoms. So what's the alternative here? Well, it's about a huge shift in how we see our kids. We've got to stop seeing them as just a collection of behaviors that need to be managed and start seeing them for what they really are, a complex, living, breathing, interconnected system.
See, your child isn't just a student who gets grades. He's a whole person, and the system is everything. Everything that's happening inside of him. It's that complex inner world that is the real engine driving all the outward behaviors you're seeing on the surface.
So what does the system actually look like? Well, it's everything going on underneath. It's their emotional state, it's how tired they are, pure fatigue. It's their fear of failing, of looking stupid. It's that feeling of being completely overloaded with information. It's even their body's physical stress response. And you know what else? It's their unrevealed abilities, the hidden talents that haven't even had a chance to come out yet. If we ignore all this, we're just playing whack-a-mole, right? We fix one problem and another one just pops right up.
And this choice to focus on the symptoms or to focus on the system, it's not just a small tweak in your parenting style. It literally puts your child on one of two very, very different timelines. The path you choose right now has huge consequences down the road.
Let's look at the first path. If you keep hammering away at just the symptoms, here's what's probably going to happen. In about a year, he'll start actively hiding from his schoolwork. In 2 years, he'll just stop asking you for help, because what's the point? It just feels stressful. And then by year 3, he might start to believe something truly devastating, that something's wrong with him, that he's just not enough. But what happens if you take the other path? What if you start nurturing the system instead? The change can be, well, shockingly fast. Within a single month, getting ready for school might go from a total war zone to easy. In 2 months, he might actually start explaining to you what he understands, taking real ownership of his learning. And by 3 months, he starts to feel that incredible, powerful pride that only comes from real success, because he knows deep down that he can do it. Okay, so the big question is, where do we direct our energy? It's not about more rules. It's not about stricter punishments. It's about nurturing the whole child, the entire system. So how do we actually do this? Well, here are 4 keys to focus on. First, you have to acknowledge their emotional state. Instead of just saying, stop complaining, try validating it. Something like, wow, this looks really hard. I can see you're frustrated. Second, help them manage stress and overwhelm. It's not about piling on more work. It's about finding ways to decompress. Third, recognize fatigue and fear. Is he just exhausted? Is he secretly terrified of getting it wrong? These are real roadblocks to learning. And finally, number 4, discover their unrevealed abilities. Maybe he's an incredible visual learner or a fantastic storyteller. When you lean into their natural strengths, you build the confidence they need to tackle their weaknesses. This is how you build a strong, resilient system from the inside out. So as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with one last really powerful idea that kind of brings this all together. If you remember only one thing from our chat today, let it be this. The homework struggles, the lack of focus, all that frustration, that's just the surface. That's the tip of the iceberg. The real answers and the potential for real, lasting change, all of that lies in the depth. That's where the system lives. And that leads us to the final, most important question of all. It's what I want you to take with you. The next time you see a behavior that frustrates you, just pause for a second. And ask yourself this: what system is driving this behavior? Because the answer to that question, well, that's the key to unlocking your child's true potential.